All right. I'm not sure if you hear me, guys. Am I heard? Let me know, please. All right. I hope my voice is coming clear. Am I heard? All right. This is the first time we use Rumble, so I hope we will be able to understand how it works. It's not the same as YouTube. There's some little differences between them. So anyway, please invite your friends and let us see how good this program is. And we hope we will have a good time. Today our topic is about who are you to question Allah? Who are you to question Allah? You know, when the Muhammadan, they make such a topic and they say, who are you to question Allah? You know, like, why we cannot question Allah? You know, why exactly we cannot question Allah? Why the Muslims, they fear questioning Allah? What is the problem? The problem is very simple. In chapter 5, verse 101 in the Quran, it says, people who ask questions, you know, don't ask questions. And verse 102 says, because former generation before you, they asked the same questions and they lost their faith. You hear nothing but repeat message? Yeah, that means you have a delay in your side. So ask no question, because if you ask questions, you will lose your faith. And this is chapter 5, verse 101. I will play a little video for you. Yeah, if you have a sound coming back, you know, just refresh the page. Click at the page again and refresh it, because you were playing before the clip before the video start. This is not the same as YouTube. Here, you load a clip to tell about what is your program will be about, and that will keep like playing back, you know, every few seconds. So refresh your page, and so you can watch with us. So we cannot question Allah, and we know the reason. But there is something more silly and stupid about this religion. I will play this clip for you so you can understand what I'm talking about. Now, for sure, if you are new here first time, sit down, listen, take notes, and if you have a question for me, I will be happy to answer you. And soon I'm going to open my Skype in case there is any Muslim would like to join us and maybe correct us or refute us if he ever dare. This is a Lebanese Muslim. His name Muhammad Hoblos. He is telling the Muslims, you cannot question Allah. Why we cannot question Allah?
The Prophet of Allah came, he left no details, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Imagine a man who showed you, forgive me, he showed you how to go to the toilet, what hand to use, what to wipe with, what to wash with, what to do if you don't find water.
Muhammad, he taught mankind how to wipe their ass. So do you understand why we cannot question Allah? Look like before Muhammad, mankind do not know which hand they should use to wash their ass or to clean their ass. Muhammad, he taught you how to wipe your ass, how to do poo-poo. Looks like before Islam, people they don't know how to do poo-poo. That's a lot of powerful speech. I didn't know that Muhammad, actually in the Hadith says, one of the Arab, he said to Muhammad, what's wrong with your prophet? He taught you everything, including how to do shit. Excuse my language. He said, yes, he taught us how to do shit. And this is the Hadith we will show it to you. So this is what he's talking about. The Arab, they were making fun of the Muslims, saying this guy now, he want to teach you how to do shit. Is that a teaching coming from God? What does this have to do with God? What does this have to do with God? You know, and you see the Muslims, when they translate in English, they try to make it like sound like a nicer language. They say experiment. But this is not what it says in Arabic. In Arabic it says al-khara. Al-khara means literally shit. So the Prophet, he taught us everything, including how to wipe our ass, how to do poo-poo, how to shake our penis 3 times after we piss. And that is the reason to say to you, who are you? Like, who are you to question Allah? Who are you? You cannot question Allah, because Allah is the one, Aka Muhammad, He is the one who taught you how to do poo-poo. He gave you the expertise. Before Muhammad, Aka Allah, people do not know how to do shit. They were confused how to do it. They used to write books, to read books, and etc. Oh, I see here they can give money here. Oh, I do not know that. All right, but I don't know if we can get this money. Yeah, you know, I prefer if people want to support, you can support me always in Patreon. We do not know how this program is. Anyway, thank you, my friend. So if you do not know how to do shit, you convert to Islam. Islam teach you how to convert shit, how to do shit, and how to wipe your ass, and that will make you a different creature, a better person. Islam, my friend, is the religion who can teach you how to do things, starting from shit and up. What else, my friend? Tell us.
He showed you how to eat, how to sit, what hand to use.
How to eat. Islam teach you how to eat. Well, what does that mean? Islam is superstition. If you eat with the left hand, shaitan, he eat with you. So just take a note, right? Islam, it teach you how to sit. Islam teach you how to wipe your ass. Islam teach you how to clean your nose. I mean, what do you want more? And this is why you cannot question Allah. I mean, just think about it. How in the world we will be able to question Allah? That is mission impossible.
This prophet left nothing except he taught us.
Oh yeah, the music, the Muslim, they add to make the shitty speech, excuse my language, holy. As you see, he is talking about shit. And they add this music, they are obsessed with those kind of music. Supposedly this will make it a holy speech. You know, you will notice that all Muslim videos, they always add this kind of a music, like the buzz thing, you know, like to get you dizzy. So you don't really, I mean, supposedly that will make the speech something special. It's a godly speech, you know. Yeah, let us see more.
And it's our responsibility, my brothers, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to us, He says, come to Islam completely.
Completely, not a part.
Brothers and sisters, forgive me, you know, maybe these words are a little bit harsh
No, please, just say them, don't worry.
for some. But Islam is not about you and I picking and choosing what we like and what we don't like. You and I don't have that freedom. Islam is complete. This is exactly how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants it, and this is exactly how He wants to be worshipped.
How Allah He wanted. How Allah He wanted. We will go to different clip a little bit. As you see, we don't have the freedom. Well, we know that. I mean, all of you are slaves of Allah, so nothing new. But then all this speech, is the purpose of it is what? Is to go to heaven, right? I mean, all of this conversation, that if you follow Allah, brother, you will go to heaven. Guess what? You will not go to heaven. So if you pray, and if you fast, and if you do jihad, and if you kill the Jews, and if you kill the Christians, and if you kill the Hindus, and if you occupy America, and if you occupy like, I mean, all the garbage you do in this earth, is it going to make you to go to heaven? No. It turned to be all is, you know. So in the other video, he is concentrating about your deed. This is why I found those two videos very funny. The whole video here is about the deed, which deed you will have. You have to do deed. You have to pray in certain way. You have to use certain hand. When you enter the bathroom, you enter with your left leg. Otherwise, Shaitan will play with your anus. If you don't do that, you are at risk. You will not go to heaven. And then in the other video, he say to you that all your deeds will not make any difference. You will not go to heaven because of your deeds. And here you see why Islam is a low IQ, stupid cult. So in 1 second, it's your deed who will take you to heaven. Other video, none of your deed will help you to go to heaven. So listen carefully to the other video.
That happily gave their lives for the pleasure of Hadith, speaking to Sahaba, speaking to the greatest ummah that ever walked the earth, speaking to your fathers.
Almost he's going to do poo-poo, squeezing himself so hard to show that he is a true believer. You see, when they do this act, those who claim to be sheikh, they make themselves so excited, and then the Muslim, they will believe that they are really truly believers. So look at his face, look at his neck. He's squeezing himself like as if he is going in war. And now he is telling to them the bad news. The Sahaba, the companion of Muhammad, what will happen to them? Listen carefully.
Speaking to a ummah that happily gave their lives for the pleasure of Allah. People who did the utmost, the biggest sacrifices, and they deemed themselves as the most insignificant people. Today you do nothing and you think you're up there. They did everything and they thought that they were down there. The Prophet of Allah speaking to them, he says, none of you, who's he speaking to? He says, none of you will enter Jannah through your actions. None.
Here you see why we laugh at the stupidity of Islam. All this drama turned to be pray and do jihad and fast and pray 5 times a day. And the brother, if you don't wake up in the morning praying to Allah, Shaitan, he will piss in your ears and you sleep in your nose. And then Shaitan, then Allah, he will punish you, he will send you to hell. And now he is saying the opposite. You pray, your deed mean nothing. None of you will go to heaven because of your deed. And this is contradict everything in this religion. The funny, this is idiot himself, he said in different video, that Allah, he said in the Quran, if this is not from God, you will find in it a lot of contradiction. If this is not from God, you will find in it a lot of contradiction. And we just find one from his speech. If you go in the stupid Quran, the yellow page of Muhammad, you will find this. The Quran keep talking about the deeds. Do you see it? This is an example, chapter 2, verse number 25. And by the way, when the Muslims, they say the Quran say righteous, don't fool yourself. Righteous for Muslims is to attack the Christians, steal their money. Righteous for Muslims is to attack the blondie, which means the Roman, and get the blondie women. Righteous for Muslims is to what ISIS and Al-Qaeda, they were doing. So don't fool yourself with the word righteous. Muhammad was the most righteous person between all mankind, according to Muslims. But when he went to his own son, when his son was away, he flirted with the wife. He flirted with the wife. Can you believe it? And if you ask any Muhammadan, who is the most righteous man? They will say Muhammad. He flirted with the wife, he had sex with the wife, and then he took the wife from his son. This is the most righteous man. The most righteous man, he had sex with the children. The most righteous man, he tell his wife to go to visit her father, and then she felt suspicious, so she came back so fast. She asked her dad, did you ask for me? He said, no. Huh. So why Muhammad asked me to go and visit you? So she went back so fast and she found Muhammad between the legs of her slave. This is the righteous Muslim, and a Muslim cannot be righteous more than the Prophet himself. Remember, those people, they claim that Allah himself is crazy about Muhammad, to the point he went to Walmart and he bought a pen and he wrote the name of Muhammad all over his chair. The first graffiti god is Allah. Allah, he decide, okay, I'm going to have a chair. Why he made a chair? Not to sit on it, no. He will sit anyway. But the purpose is to write the name of Muhammad. Look, at that time, there's no walls, there's no board. So Allah was confused. Where I'm going to write the name of Muhammad? So he wrote the name of Muhammad on his chair. So those people, when they speak to you about righteous, don't fool yourself. Righteous in Islam means something else. Good deed in Islam means something else. Some Christians always, they get confused between Islam and, you know, and what we believe. So when they say to you Islam is against adultery, what you think? Yes, Islam is against adultery, against fornication. In fact, Islam is the cult of fornication. Everything in Islam is a fornication. There's no marriage in Islam, to the point they don't even call marriage marriage. They call it the nikah. But we will go back now to this madman in the video who will tell us that all the Quran promises is a lie. The deeds in the Quran is a lie. You know, you do good deed, you wipe your... By the way, if you wipe your ass with the right hand, Allah give you a good deed. This is one deed. You wipe your ass with the left hand, Allah will take from you minus deed. You know, this is like a bank account, like a plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. You go and you do jihad, this is a big deed. All right? So now, this man is telling us what will happen to the Sahaba. Those are the most honorable people. Those are the ones who paid their life. In fact, they paid their life to make money, to rape women. They are gang. Don't pirate, attack ships, and they risk their life to steal the money. When pirate, they attack a ship, you know, many of them, they will get killed. Muhammad is nothing but a pirate, and always he is hiding behind, and he get the fifth of the booty. He make a verse in the Quran claiming that Allah told him that the fifth to Muhammad and the fifth to Allah. So Muhammad, he get 2 shares to 5. Losing nothing. He don't go to war, he don't fight, he don't do anything. They die, he got 2 to 5. So now he is telling you that those companions, they are going to have what? I mean, they fight, they do jihad. What is their deed? Are they going to be saved because of their deed? Listen carefully.
Speaking to Sahaba, speaking to the greatest ummah that ever walked the earth, speaking to your fathers, speaking to a ummah that happily gave their lives for the pleasure of Allah. People who did the utmost, the biggest sacrifices, and they deemed themselves as the most insignificant people. Today you do nothing and you think you're up there. They did everything and they thought that they were down there. The Prophet of Allah speaking to them, he says, none of you, who's he speaking to? He says, none of you will enter Jannah through your actions. None. People walking around like he's already from the people of Jannah, mashallah. People now, they worship their mashayikh. 100%, brother. These guys from Firdaus al-A'la. The Prophet of Allah saying to Sahaba, none of you will enter Jannah through your actions. None.
Guys, none of you will enter Jannah through your action. But Islam, all of it is based on action. Islam is not based on faith. You see, to be a Muslim, you do not need to be a person who have faith. No. If you remember, we played for you the video of Lili Dawa, and she was quoting in that video Where is the video?
Bismillah.
Not this guy. This guy, he keep coming in my way. Yeah. Here, Lady Dawah was talking about how the Arab, they converted to Islam, but they are not really believers. But they will go to heaven as long as they obey Allah. You don't need to be a believer in Islam. So all those Arab, they converted to Islam, but not a one person of them he is a believer. So the Quran saying to them, Aka Muhammad, claiming that Allah told him to say to them, don't say we believe, say we are Muslims. Don't say we believe, say we are Muslims. Listen carefully.
Guess what? He may be staying in Islam for the right reasons. How? One of the reasons I accepted Islam was the scientific miracles. I'll be honest with you. And now we know that this whole scientific miracles was absolute nonsense, not in total. But guess what? Allah led me to Islam. One of the reasons was because of the scientific miracles. And guess what? Did I leave Islam when this whole scientific miracle thing got debunked?
Here you notice that the Muslims, they were lying to millions of people. I mean, if you go on YouTube and you type scientific miracles, you will find endless, literally endless claim of scientific miracles. Okay, so if the scientific miracles are not really scientific miracles, what happened to all those last 25, 30 years? We have more than 100 guests in YouTube. Hey guys, can somebody please tell them that we are here? Can you guys, somebody tell them, in the, especially the admin maybe, can you tell them we are here and post the link for them? Those who they are waiting on YouTube. I mean, I have in the top, the title says we are going to be in Rumble only. Why they are waiting there? We said that, right? We said that we will be here. So the Arab, they will not, they don't believe, but still they will go to heaven. Hold on. The Quran says, if you obey Allah and the Messenger, even if you don't believe, you will go to heaven. But this guy here in this video is saying no. Why? Because Muhammad said the opposite. Muhammad is a madman. Once he say, if you do obey me, you go to heaven. And then once he say, well, it doesn't matter how much you obey me, you will not go to heaven. It doesn't matter how good deed you do, you will not go to heaven. And not only that, they ask him about you. He said, even I. Even I.
So they asked the Prophet of Allah, even you? He says, yeah, even me.
Did you hear it? He said, yeah, even me. Even me, my friend.
Okay.
Not this idiot. Hold on. This idiot.
No, I stayed because I grew in faith. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran to the Bedouins. Don't say you have believed, but rather say you have submitted. They were Bedouin Arabs, and Allah says, because Iman hasn't entered your heart. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in the Quran? It says, the Bedouins say, we have believed. Say, you have not yet believed, but rather say, we have submitted. For faith has not entered your hearts. If you obey Allah and His Messenger, He will not deprive you from your deeds of anything. So,
see? Do you see? Faith did not enter your heart. But if you do obey Allah and His Messenger, you will go to heaven. But in another place, Muhammad saying the opposite. Even himself, his deed, it doesn't count. Do you see the stupidity of this cult? So now, what is going to save us Muslims? Our deed will not save us. Muhammad in different places says our deed will not save us. In Quran it says deed will save us. The Quran says faith will not save you, because here we go. The Muslims who they converted to Islam, they are Muslim by name, and Allah is not having a problem with it. He says, okay, don't say we believe, say we are Muslims. So a believer is not a Muslim. A Muslim is somebody who just says Shahada. And just because he says Shahada and obey Allah and the Messenger, he will go to heaven according to the Quran. But now he's saying the opposite. This is why we find this cult Very miserable and very stupid. I'm going to open my Skype in case there is any Mohammedan would like to join us. Feel free. And I think I put my Skype in the info here. All right. I see some people texting me, but I don't see any Muslim yet. Let us see. If you are a Muslim, please mention that you are a Muslim. All right. I don't see any Muslim until now. No Muslim. Nobody. I want to challenge you, allow you to come online with you without revealing my name. Oh, okay. I have been pursued to join Islam, but since I started watching some of your videos, having doubt, will you allow me to ask few questions before making my decision to join Islam? Okay. Let us call this guy, see. So this guy, the Muslims are converting him to Islam. He is in the process, supposedly. So he is saying, since he started watching my videos, he is not sure if he will do it or not. But look like he is not online. I'm trying to call him, but it's not working. All right. Let us see, another person. All right, this is not a Muslim. This is not a Muslim. Guys, please, only Muslims text me. Because when you text me and you are a Christian, you are just wasting my time to read your comment for. You can make comment in the chat. If you are a Muhammadan, and you know, Allah will support you if you call me and will give you victory. Don't worry. Do you think you will lose if you call me? No.
Faith hasn't come into your heart yet. So every mu'min is a Muslim, but not every Muslim is a mu'min. A true believer in that sense. This comes with time, which is one of the reasons I'm doing this video.
This comes with time. You convert to Islam first and you don't believe. Can you believe it?
Because we know very clearly our brother Andrew Tate is a Muslim. Is he a mu'min yet? No, not just yet.
Andrew Tate is a Muslim. Is he a believer? No, he is not a believer yet. I mean, did you hear it? Is he a believer? No. So why you converted to Islam? Did you hear it?
See, we have submitted. For faith has not entered your hearts. If you obey Allah and His Messenger, He will not deprive you from your deeds of anything. So, which is very clear, meaning faith hasn't come into your heart yet. So every mu'min is a Muslim, but not every Muslim is a mu'min. A true believer in that sense. This comes with time, which is one of the reasons I'm doing this video, because we know very clearly our brother Andrew Tate is a Muslim. Is he a mu'min yet? No, not just yet. He'll be working towards that. So this clearly shows us the following. But Allah also mentions in Surah Ahzab in the Quran, إِنَّ الْمُسْلِمِينَ وَالْمُسْلِمَاتِ وَالْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ وَالْقَانِتِينَ وَالْقَانِتَاتِ, and the verse goes on, and that they will have a great reward. So we need to understand, we give him the benefit of doubt. He
just mentioned that those who do good deed, they will go to heaven. But the other guy is saying the opposite. Which one of you is saying the truth? The other guy, not this guy. This guy is saying that your deed will do nothing. And both they are saying what Muhammad said. Both are saying what Muhammad said. Imagine. This is how stupid this cult is.
People of Jannah, mashallah. People now, they worship their mashayikh. 100%, brother. This guy's from Firdaus al-A'la. The Prophet of Allah saying to Sahaba, none of you will enter Jannah through your actions. None. So they asked the Prophet of Allah, even you? He says, yeah, even me. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest mujahid was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest teacher was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest father was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest husband was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest mercy to humanity was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest abid to ever worship Allah Azza wa Jal was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest messenger to ever walk the earth was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest prophet to ever receive revelation was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Yes, yes, brother, yes. He is the greatest when he had sex with 6 years old. He is the greatest when he cheated his wives. He is the greatest when he cut a woman 2 pieces and even she is more than 86 years old. He is the greatest when he sent one of his men to kill a guy over the age of 100. He is the greatest when he go to his own son's house and he sleep with the wife. He is the greatest, brother. He is the greatest. And yet he is saying that my deed will not take me to heaven. This is the greatest of mankind. Who are you? If Muhammad, the greatest of mankind, he will not go to heaven because of his deed. Who are you? What the heck is that? What?
He says, yeah, even me. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest mujahid was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest teacher was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest father was Muhammad.
Guys, Muhammad, he won all the prize. He went to Hollywood. He is #1 in acting, #1 in director, #1 in the music, #1 in dancing, #1 in samba, #1 in damba, #1 in bamba. I mean, he is #1. And they say to you, we don't worship Muhammad. We don't worship Muhammad. Okay, is Abraham the greatest? No. Okay, Musa, no, man. Isa, no. Who is the greatest? Muhammad. He is the greatest in everything. And yet when he have sex, he shoot blank. He go and he have sex with 13 women and he could not make one of them have a baby because nothing is functioning.
The greatest husband was Muhammad sallallahu.
He is the greatest husband, remember that. Go and see how the wives in the Quran, they are fighting, how they are striking, how they are accusing him not to be fair. And then Muhammad, he threatened them. If you don't behave, Allah and the angels and Jibreel and every righteous believer and ISIS and Al-Qaeda, they are going to support me. He is the greatest husband.
The greatest mercy to humanity was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Sure, he is the greatest mercy. I mean, what do you want more from cutting a human being 2 pieces by tying the legs by 2 camels and she is a woman? What do you think about a person cut hands and feet and put nails in the eyes?
The greatest abid to ever worship Allah Azza wa Jal was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest messenger to ever walk the earth was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest prophet to ever receive revelation was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest creation that Allah ever created was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And he says, even me. Except and only if Allah Azza wa Jal was to show mercy upon me.
Look at the music, brother. Hey, brothers, don't you feel like you want to cry? What you just told us, with all the music and the background to make it impressive, that your religion is so stupid and all the promises in the Quran is dumb and a lie. So all the promises in the Quran that your good deed and your jihad.
Prophet of Allah tells us of a man who who worshipped Allah for 500 years. 500 years he worshipped Allah. And then
Abdul, can you give us the name of this man who worshipped Allah for 500 years? I mean, this is in his time, or this is his grandfather?
when he stood before Allah, he worshipped Allah for 500 years. 500 years he worshipped Allah. And then when he stood before Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, more or less, he tells the angels, take him and enter him into the paradise through my mercy.
Look how nice Allah. I mean, the guy, he worshipped him for 500 years, and then Allah, he says, okay, you know what? Just take him to paradise, you know. I mean, so all the 500 years doesn't count. It's just his mercy. Do you see how they contradict themselves? If you do jihad, the first drop of blood you have, your sin is forgiven and you will be in heaven. The first, when you do build a mosque, Allah will build for you a house in heaven. When you donate to Muhammad, Allah will give you a lot of gold and silver in heaven. Hey, by the way, the one who donate to me, sorry, I cannot promise you a corner lot in heaven. As you know, you need a scammer to do that.
So the man says, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh Allah. And more or less he says, oh Allah, well, I appreciate the offer. I couldn't help but hear that you said you want me to enter through your mercy. Oh Allah, I don't want to enter through your mercy. I want to enter through my actions, oh Allah. Oh Allah, I worship you for 500 years. For 500 years, oh Allah, I worship you. So I don't want to enter through your mercy. I paid my debt. I worked hard. Every day I worship you, Ya Allah. Not the standing so you can enter me through your mercy. I want to enter through my actions. Allah says, you want to enter through your actions? Fine. No problems. So Allah Azza wa Jal orders the angels. He says to them, bring the scales here. He says, put the man's 500 years of worship on one end of the scale. And just put the blessing that I gave him, the ni'mah that I gave him, to be able to see with his eyes, just that, nothing more, nothing more. Just put the blessing that I gave him to be able to see with his eyes, put that on the other end of the scale. Just the blessing to be able to see outweighed 500 years of worship. So Allah says to the angels, take him and throw him into the hellfire.
Look at the justice of Allah. Do you see how Allah is just? Guys, the guy, he worshipped Allah for 500 years. And then he said to him, but why? So are you saying my 500 years doesn't count? What are you talking about? So 500 years I'm obeying you, doing as you said, and you promised me I will go to heaven if I do that. And now you are saying, no, it doesn't count?
Then and only then, he says, oh Allah, please, oh Allah, please, I am content with your mercy. I'm content with your mercy, Ya Allah. Allah doesn't need anyone, my brothers.
Allah does not need anyone. That's not what the Quran says. The Quran says, وَمَا خَلَقْتَ الْإِنسَ وَالْجِنَّ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا. I did not create a human being and man and genie except to worship.
He says, put the man's 500 years of worship on one end of the scale. And just put the blessing that I gave him, the ni'mah that I gave him, to be able to see with his eyes, just that, nothing more, nothing more. Just put the blessing that I gave him to be able to see with his eyes, put that on the other end of the scale. Just the blessing to be able to see outweighed 500 years of worship. So Allah says to the angels, take him and throw him into the hellfire. Then and only then, he says, oh Allah, please, oh Allah, please, I am content with your mercy. I'm content with your mercy, Ya Allah. Allah doesn't need anyone, my brothers.
We get it, we get it. Allah does not need anyone, but He needs Muhammad. Don't you agree?
The ni'mah of seeing. Today we've forgotten. Today we've forgotten. Today you and I think what? That to see I need a pair of eyes. You're wrong. Because there are millions around the world that have eyes, but they can't see. It is Allah that allows you to see. Today you think to hear, I need a pair of ears. You're wrong. Because there are millions around the world that have ears. They're stuck on their heads, but they can't hear, my brother. It is Allah that allows you to hear. Today you think to walk, I need a pair of legs. You're wrong. There are millions around the world that have legs, but they can't walk. It is Allah and Allah alone that allows you to walk.
Listen. He's just angry that you people don't see. But don't you know that the Quran says that Allah is the one who made them blind, and Allah is the one who made them deceived, and Allah is the one who made them not to see? If we go to the Quran, we will find the following. Who is the one who sealed their heart? Allah. Who is the one who made them blind? Allah. Who is the one who misguided them? Allah. And then Allah is upset.
They said, no, but you're a human trafficker via the lover boy method. I said, what's that? It's where you pretend to love them. So what, being nice? So I was nice to some girls 10 years ago? Is that my crime? Maybe I did love them. But we're not together anymore, so what? I pretended? Who said I pretended? Prove I pretended to love. And then what did I pretend to love them to achieve?
I was all about trying to get paid. Like I used sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house to make me money. So yeah, on CobraTape.com I have my PhD program, and that is, PhD is a pimp and hose degree.
Who said I pretended? Prove I pretended to love. And then what did I pretend to love them to achieve?
That teaches basically how I got girls, how I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work on webcam for me.
2433.
As you see, this is what they do. And then he will go to heaven. Yes, he will go to heaven. But they are saying to us, your deed will not make you to go to heaven.
Says, whoa. Oh Allah. And more or less he says, oh Allah, well I appreciate the offer. I couldn't help but hear that you said you want me to enter through your mercy. Oh Allah, I don't want to enter through your mercy. I want to enter through my actions, oh Allah. Oh Allah, I worship you for 500 years. For 500 years, oh Allah, I worship you. So I don't want to enter through your mercy. I paid my debt. I worked hard. Every day I worship you, Ya Allah. Not to stand here so you can enter me through your mercy. I want to enter through my actions. Allah says, you want to enter through your actions? Fine. No problems. So Allah Azza wa Jal orders the angels. He says to them, bring the scales here. He says, put the man's 500 years of worship on one end of the scale. And just put the blessing that I gave him, the ni'mah that I gave him, to be able to see with his eyes, just that, nothing more. Just put the blessing that I gave him to be able to see with his eyes, put that on the other end of the scale. Just the blessing to be able to see outweighed 500 years of worship. So Allah says to the angels, take him and throw him into the hellfire. Then and only then, he says, oh Allah, please, oh Allah, please, I am content with your mercy. I'm content with your mercy, Ya Allah.
Brother, this is a true story. Can you give us the name of the guy with the 500 years things? My grandfather, he lived for 800 years.
Allah doesn't need anyone, my brothers. The ni'mah of seeing. Today we've forgotten. Today we've forgotten. Today you and I think what? That to see I need a pair of eyes. You're wrong. Because there are millions around the world that have eyes, but they can't see. It is Allah that allows you to see. Today you think to hear, I need a pair of ears. You're wrong. Because there are millions around the world that have ears. They're stuck on their heads, but they can't hear, my brother. It is Allah that allows you to hear. Today you think to walk, I need a pair of legs. You're wrong. There are millions around the world that have legs, but they can't walk. It is Allah and Allah alone that allows you to walk. Allah, not you. Allah.
Conclusion. Allah made you blind. Allah make you see. Allah make you deceived. Allah make guide you. So what is this Allah? I mean, what this is that a joke?
You. Allah doesn't need you, my brother. Allah doesn't need me. Allah doesn't need us. And we have to understand, because this is Aqidah. You have to know this so that when you worship, you are always humbled. When you worship Him, you never have pride. When you worship Him, you never have arrogance. Because
so why you are praising Muhammad if you don't have... so the only one have a pride is Muhammad, and you Muslims, you pride on him?
you know, at any given point in time, I am where I am only through His mercy. Only through His rahmah, I am where I am. Not because of your own actions. And to know with depth, with yaqeen, with certainty.
All right, I got it. So this God, He made us blind, and then He will punish us for we do not see. This God, He closed our heart and He sealed it, and then He will punish us because He sealed it. This God, He misguide us from guidance, and He will punish us for He misguide us. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid cult like this? Who is the one who misguide people? Allah. Who is the one who sealed their heart? Allah. You see, when they say to you, Shaitan, He sealed your heart, this is not Islamic. In Islam, there's only one person He deceive. That is Allah. It's in the front of you. In the Quran, excuse me, my voice because I spoke too long. In the Quran it says, are you going to guide the one who Allah misguide? Are you going to guide the one who Allah misguide? And this is all over the Quran. Who can guide whom Allah leaves astray? This is false translation, by the way. In Arabic it says, فَمَنْ يُهْدِي مَنْ أَضَلَّ اللَّهِ. Who is going to guide the one who Allah deceived? Nobody. The one who Allah deceived him, no one can guide him. Why, guys, do you have a problem with the internet? Anyone have a problem with the broadcast? It's lagging? Not from my side, I don't know. Maybe from your side, because my internet here is fine. So as you see, Allah, He is saying, the one He misguide, nobody can guide. But this guy is making a speech, shouting about what? Nobody knows, because simply people do not do anything wrong. Allah is the one who misguide them. Allah who made them blind. Allah made them not to see. Allah made them not to believe. If we go in the Quran and we type the word, if Allah will. If Allah will. لو شاء Allah. Let us see what we will find. In chapter 6, verse 148, it says, the mushrikeen, which mean the one who worships someone beside Allah, and those are Muhammad family too. They say, if Allah willed, we will not be taking partners. So what the excuse is, well, you know what? It is the will of Allah that we worship someone beside Allah. It is the will of Allah. Allah in the Quran said to them, this is false. This is not true. This is fake. This is not me. This is a false statement. Huh? Where do you get this from? But 2 minutes after, the stupid Allah, he says the opposite. He say, let us see. Just to show you how this stupid Muhammad, he keep contradicting himself. All those verses is speaking about Allah will. Read with me carefully. In chapter 6, verse 107, it says the opposite. Had Allah willed, they would not have taken other beside him in worship. But we just saw Allah saying that the kuffar, they claim that they said that Allah, it is the will of Allah that we don't worship him alone. Guys, did you see the contradiction? People, did you notice the contradiction? In one hand, the pagan, Allah saying to them, the same chapter, chapter 6, 148, the same chapter have a contradiction. 6, 148 and 6, 107, they are the opposite. In 6, 148, the non-believers of Muhammad, they say, if Allah will, we will not worship anyone beside him. The Quran says this is wrong, this is false. This is not true. Do you see it? This is not true. This is what the verse saying. But then in the same chapter, Allah saying the opposite. If we go a little bit in the verses, chapter 6, verse 107, it says, if Allah will, they would not take partner beside him. Anyone don't notice what is the contradiction? One verse, Allah refuting those who say it is the will of Allah that we worship someone beside him. And then in the other verse says the opposite. When the pagan, they say, well, Allah is the one who made us do this, which means pagan at the end, they worship Allah. This is why Islam is a pagan anyway. But this is how stupid this religion is. And then the Muhammadan, they say to you, can you show me one contradiction in the Quran? Well, as you see, this is in one page. We did not even search the book. Well, I have my Skype open, you know. And again, I'm really surprised that here we can have donation. You know, I don't know if we even can collect this donation. Can we collect it? How you can get the donation here? I don't know how you can do that. Anyway, I'm really surprised that there is people making donation here. All right, that's good. God is good. Thank you for your support. Do we have any Muhammadan? Do we have any Muhammadan would like to call us? So all this drama. This God, he wanna punish us if we don't follow him. You have to do good deed. You have to fast Ramadan. You have to kill Christians and Jews, and you have to hate the American and the Hindus and the atheists and the, you know, and you have to speak to God in Arabic because he's an Arab God. You cannot pray to Allah in Persian. You cannot pray in Urdu. You have to pray to him in a language you don't understand. I mean, because he is a very fair God. He is not racist, you know. And then we find that all of those stories mean nothing. All right, thank you. Think. Do we have any Muhammadan would like to call us? Any Muhammadan? Nobody? Not a single one? I don't know in Ramble if we are going to have some Muslims here. Do you think they have a they come here to watch Andrew Tate's, don't they? Andrew Tate's, he keep coming here. So now Andrew Tate's, the one who opened business webcam or a camera porn, he have no shame to say he is a pimp. He will go to heaven. You just say Shahada. He do not need to pray. We just heard them saying, who care about your prayer? 500 years of prayer mean nothing. But this is totally contradiction for all the Quran. The Quran says, as an example, one night, the night of Al-Qadr. The night of Al-Qadr. They call it the night of power. If you pray at that night is equal to 83 years. So if all the prayer mean nothing and equal to nothing, so what the point of saying in this verse? Stupidity again. Why in the Quran it says, one night, if you pray one night, is better than praying for 83 years. First, this is not a justice, this is stupid. Second, they don't even know which night. Can you believe it? Muhammad himself, he do not know which night is that. They don't know. They start guessing. Look at this. Chapter 97, verse number 3. This night is better than 1,000 months. What does that mean? Better than 83 years of good deeds. Just one night. We have somebody saying, such as Islam has women right. Okay, let us talk about women right. In Islam, I can beat my wife. I can divorce her by text message. She cannot do the same. A woman, she have no right to inherit the same as the man. The woman, she is not even allowed to be a witness in the court, only in the case of money. And 2 women are equal to 1 man. And even if there's 1 billion women, they cannot be witness. It have to have 1 man at least in the case of money. In the case of murder, women, she is not allowed to witness. So the guy who said such a thing, my friend, either you prove it or you are a fraud. And about terrorism, sorry. Isn't it your prophet, he says, I've been victorious by terror? Isn't it your God in the Quran, it says, I will install terror in the heart of the disbelievers, cut their hands and their feet and their fingertips? And this is an example how the Muhammadan, they present for you their false religion. Islam without lies dies. Not a single thing there is it true. As an example, he just said a human right. In the West, a dog have more right than a Muslim. In Muslims countries, Muslims have no right because it's not you who decide what is your right. When they speak about right, what does that mean? You have the right to go to the mosque, but you have no right to come back. You have no right not to go to the mosque. You have the right. All your right is an obligation. They are not right. You have to pray. If you don't pray, we kill you. You have to fast. If you don't fast, we jail you. You have to say I'm a Muslim, otherwise we will cut your head. So when a Muslim he say he have rights, where is the right? In the West, if you beat a dog, you go to jail. In Islamic countries, if you beat your wife, Muhammad he said a man will not be questioned why he is beating his wife. He will not be questioned. Do you see it? But the Muhammadan, they lie to you and they say, we have human rights. No, someone else he's posting. I think he is posting what the other person posted. I don't know. Somebody post that. Hey guys, do me a favor. If you're not a Muslim, don't post those things. Because then I will not know if you're a Muslim or not. So don't be funny, because this will make you stupid. Don't post something, because then I will take it serious. I will think that you are a Muslim, and then I have to refute you. In the same time, when you post such a thing, you might mislead other people, because they might think this is the truth. So don't do this stuff. Only if you are a Muslim, say what you say. If you are not, speak as a Christian or even as an atheist. Do we have any Muhammadan would like to join us? Andrew Tate, I know very well why he converted to Islam. The man he knew very well, he is going to be in jail very soon. This guy, he always a person of opportunity. He bought 6 passports for a reason. You know, when somebody buys 6 passports, what does that mean? Not 1, not 2, not 3. When someone he do such a thing, he is seeking a place to run. And then he said to himself, well, you know what, there's a better solution. I convert to Islam if all the bodyguard they work for his house and his business, they are ex-police officers in Romania. This is why he hired them. Did you ask yourself why even the biggest whore she worked with him, his manager, she is an ex-police officer? They have a connection. They will tell him that they are coming to you. But this time, looked like his bribe is not working good. They were preparing for him without making him feel anything. He knew there is a case is built up, but he never thought it's going to be that soon. And he will be arrested right away. And he will not be able to leave the country. So he converted to Islam so he can seek asylum in Pakistan. That's it. He go there, nobody can get him. He can go to Dubai. He can go to Bahrain. He can go to Malaysia. There is many Islamic countries. They will welcome him and they will never deliver him. We know the game. And the Muslim, they knew the game too. The Muslim, we just heard Lily Dawa saying, yes, Andrew Tate, he is not, you know, he's not a believer. They knew he's not a believer. But you know, it's like when you have somebody doing fornication and they call it friends with benefit. You know, like they are not married, they are not even girlfriend, boyfriend, but they are friends with benefit. So Andrew Tate and Islam is a friends with benefit. Islam screw him, he screw Islam in the same time. It's an exchange of benefit. And look, I mean, do you see this video in front of us? This one alone is enough to put him in jail for a long time. This guy, he claimed he's a victim. And the Matrix, brother, the Matrix, they are going after him. All of us, we knew that if this is about what he called the Matrix, he can be dead in 2 seconds. Do you think if somebody, I mean, who are you? The Matrix will go after you. Exactly, who are you? You're just a pimp. But who in the world want to believe that if, let us say, the CIA, they want to kill a Christian prince, how many seconds will take them before they can do it? I mean, do you see how silly? The Matrix, they do not need to put you in jail. They can shoot you. And who are you? Like this guy, he think he is a president of a country. He think he is a prime minister. Oh, he is opposing the feminists. What does that mean? But all your money is coming from the vagina of the feminists. All the clothes you are wearing and the cars you are driving is coming from the vagina. Literally. Those people, they have no shame. And you know, because Islam is a garbage collection cult, anyone is a trash, just say Shahada, you are welcome. You believe, you don't believe, we will use you to promote Islam. This is the whole purpose. And in this video here, he is playing victim that he did not do anything wrong. What I did.
By the lover boy method. I said, what's that? It's where you pretend to love them. So what, being nice?
Guys, Andrew Tate, he was nice to the girls. Do you know that in the Quran it says that you can be a pimp? It is legal. In fact, in the same video we are playing, you can watch it, and this is from Hatun Tash account. You can search this address here, this account, and you can watch this video. The Muslim, they are discussing, yes, in Islam you can be a pimp. So as a Muslim, being a pimp is not bad. It's not.
So I was nice to some girls 10 years ago? Is that my crime? Maybe I did love them. But we're not together anymore, so what? I pretended? Who said I pretended? Prove I pretended to love. And then what did I pretend to love them to achieve?
I was all about trying to get paid. Like I used sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make me money. So yeah, on Contradictions.com I have my PhD program, and that is PhD is a pimp and hose degree that I'm.
Who said I pretended? Prove I pretended to love. And then what did I pretend to love them to achieve?
That teaches basically how I got girls, how I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work on webcam for me.
Those few video clip, they will be enough to put him in jail for long time. And he was saying, prove that I did that. We have Kareem. Kareem is saying that if Islam come to my bedroom, you will pay jizya. My friend, you are paying jizya. You Muslims, you take all the money come to you from the oil and you put it under the feet of America to protect your sky. How many $billion you pay a month for the American to protect the Arabian Gulf, the Persian Gulf? The Prince of Qatar, the biggest supporters of terrorism in the world, he pay for every single person who live in Qatar in USA Army. Their salary, their equipment, transportation, free electricity, free land. Your hero Erdogan, we have 3 major bases in the heart of Turkey. Name for me one country, Islamic country, is independent. All of you, you don't depend on Allah, you depend on USA. Face it. When Trump, he went to the Middle East, all of you Muslims, you were kissing his ass. Literally. Going back to Andrew Tate. Hey Kareem, why you don't call me? Let us talk about the jizya. Let us talk about who is paying jizya. You want to do it? Call me. Let us talk about jizya. Did you hear about the deals between Emirat and Israel to protect their space? You know, that Muhammad, he says the Jews, they fight you from behind walls. And when the Jews, they go into Hamas land, Hamas, they go under the ground like rats. But remember, according to Islam, the Jews are the cowards. True story. Very true. Do we have any Muhammadan? So it turned to be that all your deeds is a fraud. It is useless, it is meaningless, and the Quran is a stupid book full of contradiction. And this is why Muslims, they keep bullying each other. Any Muslim, he says something, the other Muslim, he opposes him because Quran is the book of stupidity and made Muslims stupid.
Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasul.
All of them, they start like this. Bismillah wa alhamdulillah wa salamu ala salatu ala Sayyidina Muhammad. He have to pray on Muhammad, his neighbors, his wife, his babies, and his chicken and his goats. And after 10 minutes, he start the topic. So when you want to listen to a Muslim, you have to skip the first 15 minutes because he have to praise his God Muhammad. The first 15 minutes in the conversation is useless. And anytime you say the name of Muhammad, they have to say sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Once I called an Islamic TV station, I called them live, their program. And they said, brother, what is your question, brother? I said, okay, brother, salli ala nabi, which means pray on the Prophet. So they start saying, Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi ashabin. Okay. And then I said, zid as-salah ala nabi, which means pray more on the Prophet. And they repeat the same thing. And I say again, and do it again, please. And they don't even dare to say, stop asking us to pray on the Prophet. What is your question? They don't dare. I keep repeating, saying to them, pray on the Prophet, and they pray on the Prophet. And I say, please pray more on the Prophet, and they repeat, Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ashabi wa tayyibin wa salihin. And then when they finish, I say, Zidu salah ala nabi, and do more prayer on the Prophet, and they repeat again like a chicken. And they, not even one of them, he says, for the sake of the shin of Allah, what do you want? What is your question? Because they don't dare in TV to say that there is somebody asking them to pray on the Prophet and they stopped him. Do you understand? They don't dare. Because now if they say to me, okay, come on, are you going to keep saying pray on the Prophet? What is your question? They don't dare to say so, because the second they do that, the TV will be shut down and they might kill them. The guy is asking you to pray on the Prophet, you say to him stop? They don't dare. This is how stupid, this cult is based on fear, terrorism. Muhammad is a terrorist for the Muslims, not for us. We don't fear him. They are the ones terrified by him. This is why you see their videos saying, who are you to question Allah? Who are you to question Allah? Well, we can question. You cannot question because you're a coward. You cannot question because what is the excuse not to question Allah? Because Allah, he taught the Muslim how to do shit.
What to do if you don't find water? This deen, my brothers, because it's complete, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala left no stone unturned. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not only did he reveal the greatest book, but he sent along with it the greatest prophet to ever walk the earth. And he showed every single one of us, every Muslim from that time until the day of Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has showed us exactly how he wants to be worshipped. The Prophet of Allah came, he left no details, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Imagine a man who showed you, forgive me, he showed you how to go to the toilet, what hand to use, what to wipe with, what to wash with, what to do if you don't find water. He showed you how to eat, how to sit, what hand to use. This Prophet left nothing except he taught us. And it's our responsibility, my brothers, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to us, he says, come to Islam completely. My brothers and sisters, forgive me, maybe these words are a little bit harsh for some. But Islam is not about you and I picking and choosing what we like and what we don't like. You and I don't have that freedom. Islam is complete. This is exactly how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants it, and this is exactly how he wants to be worshipped. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't leave it open for you and I. You either accept Islam according to him and his prophet, or walk away and choose something else. And the reason why I say this is because I wanted to make, in relation to what I spoke about maybe a week ago, and in relation to what's been happening around, my brothers and sisters, you and I, we choose to be Muslims. Allah says in the Quran that there's no compulsion in religion.
He was telling you that you have no choice in all the speech, and now he is saying to you, choose to be a Muslim. Can you believe how far the stupidity is? He just told you you have no freedom. He just told you it's not up to you. He just told you it's not a choice. And then he said to you, brothers and sisters, we choose to be Muslim. How? When you change to be Muslim? When you choose that you are Muslim? Aren't you a Muslim? If you are born as a Muslim, you cannot leave Islam. Do you see the stupidity? Isn't it your prophet? He says the one who leave Islam, kill him. And no compulsion in religion. This guy, he is a terrorist. He do not know, because of this beard, and he's teaching, he scream at people, speaking, scaring them. Don't you know that this is abrogated verse and it's not valid? And this verse is not even about a Muslim is leaving Islam. It's about somebody you want to convert to Islam. His family, they have no right to oppose him from converting to Islam. Not about somebody want to leave Islam. Otherwise, if this is a true, well, everybody can leave Islam then. If you ask him, can you leave Islam? He will say to you, no, we will kill you. Today is our first day in Rumble. This is why we have a very small number here. Most of people, they are confused. They do not know how to come in Rumble. Even though we told them in YouTube that we are here, still there's about 70-80 people waiting there. I mean, even we have a title there. It says, I will be in Rumble only. Click at the link. Still people are there. I hope next time they will find their way and they will be here. No problem, Mr. Christ Ward. Let him text me in Skype. My Skype is open. Is he with you now? Is he live with us now? He can call me immediately if you want. My Skype is in the info under the video. My Skype is this. He can search for my Skype. Any Muslim would like to join us, he can search for my Skype and he can join us right away. All right. Islam 100% pagan religion. Even they claim that they are not really pagan, but everything about Islam is paganism. And we can prove it very easy. We do not even need to have a very... it's not going to be like a tough argument. All right. No, I think there is a Rumble app. I think you can. I think they have such a thing. There's no way such a big website, they don't have a app. Everything in the Muslim they say that their religion stands for is not there. Everything. When they say Islam is about humanity, there's zero humanity in Islam. When they say Islam is about a human right, that's false. We just heard the guy saying you have no right of anything. Even the way you clean your ass is not up to you. A Muslim, he have no right in anything. Muhammad, he decide for them how to wipe their ass. Not only how to sit, not only how to eat, not only how to dress. They have no freedom of anything.
My brothers and sisters, our deen, Islam, is complete. It's perfection.
Perfection.
This deen is the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is not the deen of man.
Yeah.
In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala challenges in the Quran. He says, and if this book was to come from man, then surely you would have found a lot of contradictions in it.
I mean, here you see actually the stupidity of the author of the Quran. He is saying, if this is a book made by man, will show me a contradiction. I have 4 books. Show me the contradiction in my books. Just to show you how stupid this religion is. So if there is a person, he wrote a book, and there's no contradiction in it, that is the proof that this is a book from God. I have 4 books. Show me the contradiction in my book. I must be God then. However, in 2 seconds, we can find tons of contradiction in the Quran. And we just showed you one. This is a complete religion, brother. It's a complete religion. By the way, I noticed that we have here almost 900 people, but the one who follow is 670. So please don't forget to click to subscribe and join us. All right? Muslim, they will say, I am flying. They can say whatever. Who cares what the Muslims say, my friend? I stayed in YouTube all those years, and now I'm flying. Where I'm flying? I'm here. And I'm still in YouTube. I have 111,000 there subscribers. I was there just last night for 10 hours. You know, you remind me when I went to the army. You know, like when you go in the army, you disappear for some time for the training. So I was away for a couple of months, and then I came back there. You know, like I disappeared from PalTalk. PalTalk is where we used to go and debate Muslims. I have my chat room. And then I came, the same day I came, I found the Muslims having a chat room celebrating the death of a Christian prince. Somebody spread rumors. They were excited the Christian prince disappeared, you know. So he spread rumors that the Christian prince died. And they are celebrating, they have a room, chat room, it's called Celebrating the Death of a Christian Prince. I went to the admins in PalTalk and I told them, do you allow such a thing, somebody having such a room? And you know, I'm talking to them, I have my nickname there, Christian Prince. So they said, so what the problem? I said, well, I am a Christian prince. And as you see, this room says celebrating the death of a Christian prince. The stupid admin in PalTalk, he said to me, so are you saying to me you're alive? Okay, well, I said, what do you think? I'm talking to him, and he's saying to me, are you saying to me that you are still alive? And if I am alive or not, are you going to let people celebrate the death of somebody? I mean, what kind of a program this program is? You know? Like, are you saying to me you're alive? I said, I don't know. What do you think? He said, okay, I got it. I will see what I will do about it. You know? Anyway. And then when I came back, you know, we opened a chat room. It's called Christian Prince Resurrected. Resurrected by Jesus. For sure, not by Muhammad. Muhammad is dead by a poison. Anyway, until now we have 0 Muhammadan trying to contact us. Why? Because they knew they are no match. Any Muhammadan? Nobody? We are out of them? 0? Where is all those heroes? This guy, this beard. I mean, we challenge all of them. You will notice that those people, they would love to debate certain people. Number 1 requirement to debate you is not to know much about Islam. Number 2, you don't speak Arabic. So we can play the game of not knowing the language, and you are reading translation and you get it wrong. No sound? I think you have a delay from your side. Yeah, I will check the setting here. In my side, the internet is really good, but I will see. Maybe Rumble have different setting for broadcast. I will check it out. Anyone have a question? Anyone have a question? Yeah, you see, it looked like you guys, some of you have a problem from your side, because many, they are saying the sound is very good. So I don't know. Because if the sound is bad, it should be bad for everybody. So if it's bad from your side, maybe you are using, change the browser, maybe your browser is not the right one. I don't know. If there is a GC you written before the innovation of, I don't know, what does that mean? Any serious question? Any Muslim? Yeah, maybe they are using VPN. This is why they have an issue. You know, for me, I really prefer YouTube more. But as you know, YouTube is under the influence of Muslims heavily. So we cannot even keep our videos. I mean, imagine all those years of making videos, and I don't even have 20 videos in my channel right now, and I have to delete them very soon. So YouTube is a good place to reach out to people, right? But they are very much supporting Islam. If I am a Muslim, I should have millions of subscribers by now. This is why I have many channels. Like one have 100,000, 110, 100, 111. Why? Because we have to have a backup. We do not know which one they will delete tomorrow. And what is my crime is exactly, I am speaking against Muhammad. YouTube, they can close eyes on you if you are an atheist. You will notice that YouTube don't take donation and support and anything from somebody who is an atheist. The second you are a Christian, they find any excuse to take it away from you. And I think they thought, if they don't allow me to collect donation, I will stop coming to YouTube. But for sure, this is absolutely false. Actually, I have another channel. It's called The Quality of Life. There I can get donation. I did not even go there for more than a year. More than a year, maybe 2 years. There I can collect donation. I don't go live because I'm not here to collect donation. I'm here to do what I need to do. That channel is not about Islam, so, but there people, they can donate. Yet I don't go. And here you notice, a channel I have is not about Islam. I can collect donation. A channel I have about Islam, I cannot get donation. And that is telling you what is the plan. What they are saying to you, don't talk against Islam. Hoping that people who love money, they will just follow the money. And we do not know about this here, this website here. We do not know. We never tried before. But people, they say there is more freedom here. We will see. Time will tell. All right. No, I don't think YouTube will die in any year soon, because most of people, they go to YouTube. They don't care really for the freedom you are talking about. People, they go for stupid things. Those who freedom means something to them is somebody. They are not the majority. They are the minority. The majority of people are just watching stupid, videos. Somebody jumping, dancing in front of the police. The other one shaking her boobs. The other one, she is dancing with her butt in the top of the car. The other one, he have a cute cat. She is saying meow. The other one, he have a glass over his dog, and his dog, he make a sound when he see the food. Most of people who come to YouTube, they come for those things. The one who they are coming for something serious are very small, minority. This is why YouTube, they don't care for you. They don't care. All their customers are people coming for stupid things. And remember, all of them at the end of the day, even this website here, is about making money. It's a business, nothing personal. But those are supported by the woke culture. You know, you have, you know, they are like terrorists. If you don't agree with them, they cancel you, they silence you. But depend who you are. There are some people that give up so easy. There are some people who will never give up. You cancel one channel, I open second one. You cancel the second one, I open third one. And that's what I do. I never stop. And still I'm very, very successful, very effective, destroying this cult. Do we have any Muhammadan? Until now we have 0 Muhammadan trying to contact me. Well, I'm very happy to have you guys, those who follow here. We will try to grow a number of community here. Until now we have only 670 people here. You know, for sure we are short of number, but I hope we will have more people come in and join. But I notice, you know, people who they are used to certain place, they don't go. You know, human being is like somebody who live in a house for a long time. And then you say to him, can you come here for vacation for 5 days to see how it is? He have hard time to leave the house. And this is what I notice about YouTube. You will notice that I am still in YouTube. And then I'd say, hey guys, I'm going to change to the other channel. Still I am in YouTube, not even different program. Still they don't come. They are stuck to that channel. They say, listen, it's me, Christian Prince. My channel there is just an address in the internet. It's YouTube. And now still I am in YouTube, just different channel. Still you have to beg them to come. You know what I mean? The quality is not good. Maybe when I choose the broadcast, I did not choose a high quality. Next time I will be sure that it is better quality. Let me see what the quality here. No, you see, you can change the quality from your side. If you click, let me show you. If you, the same as in YouTube actually. If you click here, here it says the quality. So you can click and you can choose 1920 x 1080. Usually the site will choose a quality which is low because you have a bad internet. All right, so you need to change it from your side. Anyone have a question? But I find it very interesting that the Prophet, he taught us how to do poo-poo. How in the world we would do poo-poo without Muhammad?
Why did this Jew have enough wisdom to understand that this verse was enough for him to make its day of revelation a celebration? Because in one verse, imagine towards the end of the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals a verse to him and he says to him, today we have perfected your religion. Who's he speaking to? To you and I.
If you read this verse, it says, today I perfected your religion. You know, if you have a little bit of intelligence, you will see how this verse alone is enough to prove Muhammad to be a fraud. Today we perfected your religion. What the heck does that mean? I thought Islam exists from before Muhammad. Don't the Muslim they say Abraham was a Muslim, Isa was a Muslim, Musa was a Muslim, and we do not know who is Isa. Everybody was a Muslim. And then suddenly the Quran says to Muhammad, today we completed our favor upon you, perfected Islam for you. But if you read this verse, you will find that this verse exists in chapter 5, verse number 3. So how Islam is complete and perfected, and yet this is located in verse number 3 in chapter number 5. This verse, to be accurate, it have to be the last verse in the Quran. The last verse in the Quran. Not the first verse. Not in the middle of the Quran. It should be only the last verse in the Quran. Any Muslim can tell me why it is here? Anyone? I know that the ones who they are making donation, they are not waiting for me to say thank you. So I hope you understand. So we can focus on the topic. Do we have any Muslim can tell me how such a thing happened? The Muslim, they claim the Quran is preserved. Quran preserved. And then when you ask them, they say, oh, this is the last verse Muhammad received. But if this is what happened, then how this verse here? Novak saying is this is a better website. This is what they say, Novak. We do not know. لا نعلم يا عزيزي. نجرب. Do we have any Muhammadan? Today we completed your religion for you. Anyone? Any Muhammadan? A Latino soldier, he said something about me. I did not see what he said. This guy talk about Quran, but avoid the Bible. He is hiding. Hey, my friend, I want to go and follow your logic. The one who talk about the Quran or talk about a book of somebody else, he is hiding. So why your stupid Muhammad keep attacking us? How you're stupid Muhammad, and why the Quran from the beginning, the first chapter in the Quran is attacking the Christian and the Jews. So based on your logic, the one who attack others is hiding, is a coward, is a potato. Well, this is what your prophet is doing. We are responding to his stupidity. When a Muslim, he pray 5 times a day, chapter Al-Fatiha, verse number 5 and 6, please Allah, don't make us the same as the lost Christians and the cursed Jews. The first thing you do in the morning, after you wipe your ass, and you put your finger in it, as the prophet he said, you start cursing the Christians and the Jews. Someone in YouTube saying there's no ramble in France. Okay, what I can do? We will not be here all the time. We will do once here, once there, you know, just to have a backup. So we will have both. All right? Yeah, I see a lot of people still waiting there. There's 68 people still waiting in the YouTube. Can you believe it? What we can do? I mean, we have a title says join me live on Rumble only, not in YouTube. Still not coming. Anyway, we will not be here all the time. You know, we come here from time to time, and YouTube, both. So Latino, my friend, do you like to call me? I want to go to heaven, my friend. I was really happy when I heard that the Prophet of Allah, he said that Allah will make my penis endless. And don't take me wrong, it's not, for me, it's not about sex. But I have a connection with somebody, he worked for an oil company. He told me, if you convert to Islam and Allah, he keep his promise and make your penis endless, they can sign contract with me to use it to transform hydrogen fuel to Mars. And that will make me so rich. The only God who promised you endless penis is the Holy Allah. And that is telling you that he must be true God and he must be true holy. Because first, it's about size. Number two, it's about penis. And who is the one who will reward you starting from your penis unless the penis God he is? Any Muhammadan? I will try to stream in both, but the issue is my internet is not strong enough to stream in both. As you know, we live in the United States of America, and most of the country have a very bad internet. You know, when I was in many countries, even in the Philippines, I mean, the Philippines almost the speed is the same as us. So my internet might not be able to handle too, even if I can do it. Do we have any Muhammadan? Islam is a Judeo-Christian heresy. No, Islam have nothing to do with Judeo-Christian. Muhammad is a thief. He stole some from the Persians, some from the Hindu, some from the Sabian, some from the Christians, some from the Jews, and some from others too, and he put them all together, and he have a new religion. Islam is not a heresy of Christianity. This is a big mistake to say, because that will make it sound like the Muslims worship the same God. No, they don't. Islam have nothing to do with our God, period. Many Christians until now, you go to a church, you ask the priest, he will say to you, the Muslim, they worship the same God. This is what they say to you, the priest in your church. Not only that, I am sure many of you heard many idiots in our churches, they say that, Muhammad is from Ishmael. How many times you heard such a thing? That Muhammad is from Ishmael. But isn't it the Old Testament say clearly that Hajar, she went back to Egypt and she married her son to an Egyptian woman? Is it true that Hajar is an Egyptian African? And if her son, he married an Egyptian African, how the sons, and we have the names all of the sons of Ishmael too in the Bible. None of them match the tree of Muhammad. None of them. They have totally different names. So there's many naive Christians who do not know their book. By saying silly stuff, they promote Islam. The whole idea of saying Muhammad coming from Ishmael is to make you believe that he is coming from Abraham and he worshiped the same God. But this is absolutely false. In fact, even in their books, it says that Ishmael, first time he learned Arabic, he was at the age of 11, according to the Muslims. So how he is the father of the Arab, but he learned Arabic from the Arab? And this is in their books. And not only that, in their books, Ishmael, he married from a tribe, it's called Jurham. But Jurham is the enemy of Quraysh, the tribe of Muhammad. So if he married from them, then the kids will not be the tribe of Muhammad. somebody saying Christians believe in voodoo spirit. Well, you can say whatever you want, but if you are a Muslim, you Muslims are the one who believe in voodoo. Isn't it Allah who sent two angels, Harut and Marut, to teach black magic? Allah, He sent two angels to the Babylon Tower. They landed in the Babylon Tower because it's very high, brother. And they came with their broom and they opened a school teaching black magic. And anyone want to join the school, he have to sign disclaimer. The verse in the front of you. Chapter 2, the chapter of the Hindu, chapter of the cow, verse 102. So the one who believe in the voodoo and they practice voodoos is the Muslims. In fact, according to the Quran, Muhammad himself was under the influence of voodoo. So Muslims believe in voodoo. We don't. Why do Christians need exorcism? They got possessed by shaitan. My friend, a Christian, they do not need. If somebody is sick with it, he need it. Not the Christians. Those are a few. However, how you can convince me that you are not possessed? Do you like to call me and share with me your opinion? Are you an atheist? Are you a Muslim? Call me. Join me now. I invite you. Let us see if you are possessed, and I will practice. I will cast the devil out of you. Do you want to see how it works? Call me and I will make you believe in it. What do you think? Do you want to challenge me? Do we have any Muhammadan here? Latino soldier saying, look at the gospel of Barnabas. The truth, this is the truth. Islam is true. Latino soldiers, I think you are maybe a troll or stupid, because in this such a gospel, you call it gospel. It says that Muhammad is the Messiah, and here you notice that you are a stupid donkey. So do you agree that the Messiah is Muhammad? If you agree, let me know. Say yes. Then everybody will laugh at you. And if this is the true gospel, then why you Muslim don't teach in your school? You don't, because you are a hypocrite scumbag. If this is the true gospel, that means this is what the one Allah He sent. Why you Muslim don't add it to the Quran and call it holy book? Do you see why we laugh at you? You Muslim yourself, you will never accept this book, which is written long time after Christianity. I mean, as long as this is the true book, why you don't approve it? Teach it. Attach it to the Quran. This is the book of Allah. Hey guys, the gospel of Barnabas, which is not gospel at all. Stupid people. There's many things written in this book proving that it's false. As an example, you know, like imagine I'm writing a book. In the book of Matthew, I find Matthew saying that Jesus, he hold his iPad. He hold what? His iPad. Everybody will laugh. How in the world Jesus, he have an iPad? The gospel of Barnabas, so-called gospel, have measurement and words. Never exist at that time, and nobody used. And this is telling you that this book written long after Christ. Do we have any Muhammadan? Anyone? And you know, the Muslim, they talk about the truth. some books written in Greek, in Aramaic, who care? No, we care, we care. You are a donkey, you don't care, but we care. Isn't it your stupid God, he said, Allah will never send any book except in the tongue of the people? So you see, your God, he care. Your God saying, I will never send any messenger or a book except in the tongue of the people, and the messenger have to be from the people. So don't tell me who care, which mean if the Muslim, they claim that the Messiah was sent to the Jews, then the book have to be in Hebrew. This is your book, Potato. Don't tell me we don't care. But obviously you're an idiot. You do not know what your religion teach. So you just throw words in the chat. You are like a goat who saw a book and she start eating it. Did you eat the Quran, or did you read the Quran, or you just ate the Quran? You sound like you are just someone who ate the Quran, not someone who read the Quran, because what you are saying is against what your God teach. In the Quran it says Allah never sent any messenger except from the people, speaking the tongue of the people, and the message in the language of the people. So, and the Muslim, they keep saying that the Messiah was sent only to the Jews. Therefore, the book of the Messiah, which the Quran called Injil, which is very stupid of him, for Injil is a Greek word. So, it's called Injil, which means it's a Greek. But the Quran confirmed that it should be Hebrew. Oh boy. Rumble dominated by our brother Andrew Tate. My friend, your Andrew Tate dominate nobody except pervert like you. Only pimps, they watch Andrew Tate. Did he give you free membership to his web camera? And let us see how Andrew Tate will share his, he will dominate, as you claim, when he go to jail and he stayed there for 18 years. Who is going to dominate then? You have to find a better pimp. I advise you to contact Shakira. Imagine, they are not even saying it's dominated by Allah or Muhammad. No, by Andrew Tate. Or this guy is Sneeko. The best of them is a pimp. What is the worst? Any Muslim can tell me? And not only that, even they make videos saying that Andrew Tate, he don't believe. All right, thank you, my friend, thank you. Do we have any Muslim? Until now, do you see, guys, 0 Muslim trying to contact me? Do you see how brave they are? They go in the street after people who know nothing about Islam. Here, they are potatoes. Who is the Muslims who would like to call me? Imagine if I have a conversation with Andrew Tate and I ask him about who is Allah. What Andrew Tate will say? He would tell me, I have no idea. Any Muhammadan? You know, this coward, he went to Romania because, as he explained, he said Romania is a very corrupt country. And he said to himself, in such a country, actually he made videos about it. He says, imagine the police come to you in Romania and you have money like that in your hand. What they would do, you know? So he went to Romania hoping that he can do whatever he wants and his money will protect him. And this is a clear proof that this man is mentally ill. What hadith did Muhammad say the children will not live to see the judgment day? Not a children, a child. He said this child will not live till you see, like he will not grow old. Let us find the hadith. All right. So this child will not grow old until the day, the hour will be established. False prophecy from a false prophet. He predicted that the judgment day will be in a few years to come. He's a child. He will not get old. Haram is from the age of Jesus and up, like 30 and up. 30 and up. So by the time he arrived to 30, let us say he was 8 years at that time, or 9 or 10. We do not know exactly how old this boy, but he's a young boy. So he said this boy will not reach the age of maturity or wisdom, because then the judgment day will come. And this is additional proof that Muhammad is a fraud. False prophecy from a false man. And this is very authentic. The Muslim cannot say this is weak hadith. All right. Guys, don't worry about this Latino soldier. I mean, he is, anything we just showed is if he is decent, he will leave Islam right away. But obviously, this guy is just being a troll. Maybe he isn't even a Muslim. Maybe he's just being a troll. There's many, they come in the internet, they are trolls. They seek attention and like they oppose. Like now he will go to the Muslim broadcast, he will say he's a Christian. There's many people like this. They have mental issues. They oppose anyone. Like as an example, Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, in my understanding, he is a person suffering from mental issue. He like to be opposing anyone. You say green, he say black. You say black, he say white. You say I support Ukraine, he's against Ukraine. If you say I'm against Ukraine, he will support Ukraine. There is many people actually, they make living from this, and this is one of them. Just oppose so you can be known. Like I told you a joke before about a guy was driving in the highway and he heard in the radio it says a crazy man is driving in the highway, let us say 102 or 101, in the opposite direction. And this guy is driving and he heard the radio. And he said, stupid radio station, they are saying only one. Say 1, say 2, say 3, say 4, say 5. So he started counting how many people driving in the opposite direction, because it was him who is driving in the opposite direction. And he think that the others, all of them, they are in the wrong direction. He did not notice that this is him. But I noticed too that people like the ones who they are opposing. You know, because why? Because we are struggling with a lot of hypocrisy. Many people, they are politically correct. So now anyone, he's saying he oppose people, they hold into his pant. Oh, this is the hero. This is the guy who is saying the truth. But the second you listen to them, you will notice that they are not what they claim. They are simply frauds. Do you remember when this Carlson, he said that the Ukrainian is the one who destroyed that dam? You remember the video? Do you know now what's happening in Ukraine before of that dam? There is a huge risk of explosion for one of their biggest nuclear facility. So imagine the stupid Carson, because he support Russia, obviously, and he hate the Ukraine. Why? I do not know. He claimed that the Ukrainian, they flood themselves so they can destroy themselves and maybe millions of people would die. Very, very evil people. The same guy, he was working for Fox News all those years. Suddenly, Fox News was a scumbag. So why you work for them all those years? You became millionaire. If they are scam and liars, you were their tool. No dignity. But people, my friend, they love liars. And because we are in a time where nobody opposing what the general they say, so they are desperate to find someone, and those are the one they find them, they can say something new, something different. He is the one who knows everything. He is the one who knows who is corrupt in the country. He is the one who exposed the president. He is the one, but you will notice as an example, this person, he interviewed pimps like Andrew Tate. I mean, how low you are as a journalist. You go all the way from the state to meet with a pimp, and you agree with him and you quote what he's saying. This is how low they are. Or he made an interview, I think yesterday, with this guy, the naked guy that always he have no t-shirt, the one who hate to wear clothing. What his name? Russell. This Russell is another example of stupidity. Always no clothing, naked. Why would you not know? A mentally ill person. He is a person, he's a philosopher. He knew everything happening in the world. He knew the secret. He knew CIA. He knew the FBI. He knew Prophet Muhammad. He knew Islam. He knew Christianity. He's a philosopher. But the idiot, if you listen to him for 2 seconds, you will see how stupid he is. Yet he have 1.2 million followers. But this is not because he's smart. Because there's a lot of dumb, stupid people in the world. You know, when I say stupidity is amazing, I have my reason. You do not need to be genius and smart to have a lot of followers. Trust me. And the proof of that is Muhammad. Muhammad is the greatest example of how you can be so stupid, yet so popular. More than 1 billion they follow Muhammad. The guy who said to you, Shaitan, he play with your anus if you go in the bathroom without saying a prayer, is popular. The one who said to you that women, she come in the image of the devil and she live in the image of the devil, which means your mother is the devil and his mother is the devil. In my case, somebody saying the proof is Arabian Prophet 100K. In my case, is the opposite. YouTube cancel my accounts many times. I take no side, and I say the truth, and I challenge you to prove me wrong. All what those people they say is a conspiracy, and people they love conspiracy. I don't speak of conspiracy. I found them funny, even though a conspiracy can exist. But the idiot in this world, they blame everything happened to them conspiracy. As an example, Muslims, they believe in conspiracy. Shaitan, he want to take hair from their anus. Shaitan, he spit at their belly bump. Shaitan, he pee in their ears, sleep in their nose, jump in their mouth. Conspiracy. People like it. People like to be superstition. The second you say to them that those things are stupid, they don't like to listen to you. So the one who listen to you is the minority, and those are the educated ones, or the one who have, let us say, a good brain. If I play right now the interview between Andrew Tate and Trucker Carson, every 2 seconds there's the F word. If the F, and if, you know, if you, and if her, and if what the F, and the F, and the F what the F. And those are the one he claimed to be professional, and he wear a suit and cravat and a tie. But every 2 seconds, they have to use the F word. Therefore, they have to use it because now they knew that they are speaking to majority who they are trashy. They knew who is the audience. The audience is the audience of the F word. So those people, they change their uniform. When he is in Fox News, he don't say the F word. When he is in Rumble with Andrew Tate, with the pimp, he keeps saying the F word. What happened? Aren't you the same person? Are you a different man? I do like what CP said. If I run a government, you get a passport and green card, but if you commit terror in our heinous act, you lose the right to be in the country. Absolutely. If I am a president in any European country or Western country or any country in the world, anyone here earns citizenship, including me. I come to this country, I'm an immigrant. So if I don't respect and love this country, why in the world you want to give me a passport? Why in the world you want to let somebody he hate your country to stay in? In fact, if I am a president in USA, I will kick out maybe half of the population of California. I will give them opportunity to migrate to Somalia. If you go to California, everybody there, he hate America. Almost. They don't like America. They hate the flag of America. They make fun of the army of America. If you join the army, they make fun of you. Why you want to let those people have citizenship? Strip them from... Don't they believe in freedom? Let them drop their citizenship. Ship them somewhere else. The woke culture is a disease. But people like Andrew Tate and Trucker Carson are a disease too. They claim that they are opposing the woke culture, but they are the woke culture itself. I mean, the guy who opened a pimp house, and he is the one who will fight the woke culture. Who is mental here? You see, if we are opposing the woke culture, that means we are speaking about ethic. But you cannot bring to us someone he is a pimp to fix ethic. or someone who used to get paid millions of dollars, like Tucker Carlson, to teach us ethic of news. Where was your ethic when you were in Fox News if they are false? I mean, and this guy, he chose a picture to be in his profile. Look what he have in his shoulders. I mean, what the heck is that? He have a billion tattoo and he is using a Clorox to clean it. Those are the ones that want to guide us for what is right. Madness. If those are your wise men, who is your stupid one then? Do you know how many children Andrew feed? How he feed them from the sweat of vagina? Guys, Andrew Tate, he feed kids. Did he rape them too? It turned to be that Andrew Tate, he is a bishop, brother. He is a prophet of Allah. He feed kids, brother. Listen, listen. Do you know how many kids Andrew Tate he feed? So let us go with you. Guys, the holy Andrew Tate, he become holy because he take $1 billion and he give it to a kid. Look how nice he is. You know what? If Andrew Tate, you stupid, is a good man, he will never mention that he is feeding anyone. Those who speak about donation they did, they are the fraud. If I go around and I say, oh, I did feed this woman, that means I did not feed her because I want to help her. I feed her just so people would know I am a good man. Is that correct, guys? What the Bible says, if you give with your right hand, don't let the other hand know. Don't let your left hand know. But the fraud ones, to make themselves look better, they go steal. Do you know how many drug dealers they give donation? The cartel, do you know the cartel leaders, drug dealers, they give donation to? Do you know? Do you know that they go in election and they take pictures, giving donation and building a church and, you know, and people come and take pictures with them, but they are cartel. We are smarter than this. All of them, they are the same. And you know, me, myself, as you know, I don't take a side with anyone. When I voted for Trump as an example, but Trump, as a person, I don't respect him. This guy, he proved to me that everything he's saying, he is the opposite. He supported Islam. He supported Qatar. I mean, the guy, he went in TV and he said, Qatar, they have to stop supporting terrorism. Did he or he did not? He did, right? You saw him. Okay. I said to myself, wow, finally we have a man, he said the truth. Trump would do something against the terrorism of Qatar. Few weeks after, Qatar rented the building from his son-in-law. And they paid him $1 billion for the coming 99 years rent. I voted for the guy, I supported the guy, I believe that he is a good man. But it turned to be he is a scumbag like Biden. I mean, yesterday they were terrorists. The day after, they are your best friends.
Historic trip to Europe and the Middle East. I addressed a summit of more than 50 Arab and Muslim leaders, a unique meeting in the history of nations, where key players in the region agreed to stop supporting terrorism, whether it be financial, military, or even moral support. The nation of Qatar, unfortunately, has historically been a funder of terrorism.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Few weeks after, Qatar rented the building of his son-in-law, the one who looked like a ghost. He don't have a soul inside him, for $1 billion. And the stupid Republican until now still think that this is not a bribe. Qatar, they could not find any building in New York to rent except the building of the husband of Trump's daughter. Have you ever heard of somebody pay rent for the coming 99 years in advance? I mean, they can build 2 buildings like that, but 3 buildings. So what I learned, that we might sometimes get emotional and we support someone and we believe him. Hey, yeah, lock her up, and then second day he's taking picture with the Clinton. Lock her up, and then he go with Obama in the wedding party. Lock her up, and then we find that all his friends are the enemy. The one who he made us believe that he is going to fight them, they are his friends. All of them, my friends, they lie to you. You get excited, you believe them. You know, in January 6th, he sent people to go to the government building, and then people, they go to jail. He washed his hand from it. He did not send them. He have no idea. I did not tell them anything. A week after, he's playing golf, and your son and your daughter are in jail. This is the truth. Those poor people, they believed him. They went there. In the same day, he washed his hands from them. He's not a man. I mean, imagine I send people to defend me, and then I don't even say a word about them. Since then until now, he never say a word about anyone. What about you go and visit those people who go in jail because of you? Some, they will stay in jail for 18 years. 18 years. This guy playing golf. Your son will stay in jail for 18 years. And then he starts serving the terrorist. Suddenly, Qatar is our best friend. In fact, he forced Saudi Arabia to stop from any attack on Qatar. He made the Muslim united against USA. He forced Saudi Arabia and Emirates to stop the sanctions they have on the borders with Qatar. Even in the last week before he leave his presidency, Trump, he sent a message, a clear message to Saudi Arabia. You have to lift the sanctions and you have to shake hands with the Qatari. And then they did. All of us, we believed in him. All of us, we trusted him. All of us, we had hope that he would be different. But this man, he worshiped money, it's obvious. He keep talking about himself. I. So I find no difference between the stupid Biden and the corrupt Biden and the corrupt Trump. In fact, the second I heard him saying, he decided to make his daughter and his son-in-law his assistant, his consultant, I know that the fraud is coming. What a woman, she do fashion business. A Barbie girl. I mean, did she study political science? Is she maybe a lawyer? Did she have a degree in economy? Who's she? Suddenly she became a consultant, and his son-in-law, the one who don't even know how to talk, he became a consultant. Isn't it? This is that the White House became a family business. This guy, he was leading America as if he lead a company. He just brought his kids to the company. And you know, I voted for Trump. I voted very much for Trump. I supported him. But I'm sick of him in the same time, because after 4 years, all what he did, it was disgusting. The only smart thing about him, he is very good in economy. That's it. When it comes to economy, he's a businessman. When it comes to politics, he's corrupt. But anyway, you know, people like to hear only what they like to hear. The second you say something they don't like, they get upset from you. Do we have any Muhammadan? This is why we as a Christian, we should not vote for a person. We vote for the value. Never vote for a person. Vote for the value. So now Trump, he is keep insulting DeSantis, the governor of Florida. But DeSantis is a very respected man. We cannot compare between him and Trump. He's educated. He's a Christian. He stood up for the woke culture. What Trump he did to the woke culture? Nothing. This guy, every day he have a law against those hippies. Every day he create a new law. He go after school. He go after university. He go after Disney. I mean, this is the guy who can fix America. Trump, he is a talking machine. He do nothing. Give him a check, he forget about it. This is why, if you ask me, I hope that someone like DeSantis will become a president sooner or later. Trump, he talk much, he do nothing. But if you go and check the record, you will see that DeSantis is the nightmare to the woke culture. Trump himself, he took pictures with the gays who support him, and he promised them heaven. You will not find somebody from those supporting DeSantis. You know, I have a statement from a long time. Tell me who supports you, I will tell you who you are. No, my friend. I don't know much about DeSantis. I know his action. His action is the one we need. They used to teach our children sex in school, how to be a homosexual, how to change your gender. He took all the books from the libraries. Where was all the governor before him? Nobody did that. All those years, DeSantis is the one who fixed it. Same from university. Same, I mean, all the woke culture is destroyed in Florida because of one man. So don't tell me he is the same as Trump. He is smart, he is educated, and his wife is smart, educated. Trump is dumb. His wife is an escort. Literally an escort. But people don't want to talk about it, right? Yeah, you know, people, they like the Joker. They like, you know, Trump. He have his character to make himself appeal, but in reality, this man is no fit. I mean, I'm so upset that he washed his hands from all those people in June 6, in January 6. That's it. They are in jail, 18 years. He don't talk about them. He don't visit them. He don't not even pay a penny to hire a lawyer for them. He's a billionaire. He can pay. He should pay for every single one of them lawyer. Anyway, garbage in, garbage out. He is not anti-immigrant, my friend. You see, they lie to you again and they fool you. Our friend here, he says that I don't like that DeSantis is angry and anti-immigrant. I am an immigrant. He is an immigrant. But do you know, want you know who is in the street? If somebody now, he hit you with the car, if somebody shot you, and he is immigrant, they have no fingerprint of him. They have no name for him. Nobody knows his real ID. Nobody knows where he lives. What kind of country this country is? Have you ever heard of a house without fence and no doors and no windows? So he should, immigration law, immigrant have to come from the door. And those who they are approved, they can stay, and the one they are not approved, they are not approved for a reason. Must be a good reason. So don't tell me he's anti-immigrant. I support his action. In fact, the immigration that's happening to USA is anti-human. It's a human trafficking. They are bringing those poor Mexicans, poor people from Honduras, and they are forcing them into sex, into working in farms and field for almost for free, because they have no green card. And this is why many businessmen, they are against DeSantis, because instead of hiring you for $5,000-6,000 a month, they can hire a poor Mexicans for $400 a month. This is the truth. They just want cheap employment. They want to use people. Otherwise, nobody really care. Nancy Pelosi, she want a maid. But there's a huge difference between having a maid for $500 and a maid for $6,000. And you have to pay for health insurance, you have to pay for Social Security, you have to pay for all those things. But you bring a poor, South American farmer, his wife, she work cleaning your house, he will do the garden. Both of them, you will give them $1,000. It's a blood-sucking business. Not to mention human trafficking, sex business, prostitution, etc. And remember, I am an immigrant myself. So there is no way I will be against myself. And we as a Christian, we should stand for the truth. Christ word, what is your question, my friend? I did not see your question. They will not divide the vote, because at the end we will have only one. The vote will happen before the election. The vote between them. All right. Any question? So what do you think, guys, about being here in Rumble? Which one is better, Rumble here or YouTube? And if I talk about America, you see, if I play for you now a video about China, you will not believe it, how China is now and how America is. In America, you cannot walk in the street in Chicago, and if you open a business, a bunch of kids will go inside your store and they will rob the store and the police will not arrest them. Who dared to do that in China? If you go and see China, you see the buildings, you see the street, you see the city, you will see that USA look like a dust compared to China. Look at our internet. My internet speed is not even 8. You know what 8 is? And I live in the United States of America and I pay $80 for it. 8. America is not America, you know. America is not really what the... If you go and look for videos about China, you will see things you won't believe. They keep saying, Trump, he says, China, make fun of the Chinese. Go and see what Chinese they accomplish. Go and see their train stations. Go and see their airport. Go and see their buildings. They go and see their cities. And come and see our cities. Go to Michigan, see. You will feel like you are going in a ghost town. In China, they are busy building cities. In America, they are busy debating about transgender. What the American busy with? Who can go to the toilet? Can a male go to the female toilet? This is what the West is no, the West is damaged. While countries around the world are building themselves, getting stronger, the stupid Western, they are busy. Who is a male and who is a female? Until now they are confused. What is a woman? Somebody saying China has built ghost empty cities because they have too much money. Still, their cities is way better than our cities. And there is some cities are very flourishing. They became the center of business around the world. I'm not praising China, by the way. I'm just showing you different. Go to any city in USA and compare. Go to New York. What is the greatest city in USA? New York. It's full of rats. The rat in New York is in the size of a cat. You don't even feel safe to go in the underground, in the train. Go and look at the train in China. Don't get upset. This is the truth. When I went to China, I was expecting people riding bicycle, poor people. I mean, they keep saying China, nothing, China, you know, communist. I was expecting really to see something really horrible. And then I noticed there that I mean, Porsche is everywhere. Rolls Royce, Mercedes is like a taxi. In the West, they are so proud. The Western, somehow they are the same, especially the American, they are the same as the Muslims. They are so proud. But then you look in the details of the country, you will see how divided we are, how stupid most of the population is. Many of them do not even know how many states there is in the country. Many of them, they don't even know who is the president. Many of them, they don't know even if they are male or female. You know, how many of those who want to go for election, they mention to us what's happening in Philadelphia. Sorry for saying it wrong. Zombie towns. Cities became zombies. Drugs is everywhere. American, they are high and nobody talk about it. DeSantis decide to do something against drugs. Everybody hate him. Everybody, I mean, because, you know, they use migrant to smuggle drugs. The excuse is, he is against migrants, but there is something behind the migrants. Drugs, cartel. Hello? Hello? Are you there? I don't hear you, my friend. Your voice is cutting badly. Well, I apologize. Your voice is really bad. Anyway, I'm not going to stay longer. I think we had enough for today, and we spoke about many topics. No, don't go by reputation. Sometimes reputation can fool you. I went to Singapore, and I say to you, I will never live in Singapore. Singapore looked like a terrorist state. Police everywhere. And they look so aggressive, and they are staring at everybody walking in the street. Cameras everywhere. Expensive. You can't even buy a car. To have a car 20 years old, you have to pay at least $100,000. So Singapore is a reputation. Don't believe what people say about countries. Go and check it out yourself, and then you will know. Before I go to Singapore, they told me how clean it is. It's so clean. Go walk in the streets, you will see that this is not a clean. That is not a clean at all. I saw even how the laundry comes from the balcony, and people, they have a long stick, and they hook up the clothes in it, and it might fit in the top of your head. So many, people, they go just by reputation. This is what we heard about China. China is bad. China is dirty. But you go to China, you will be surprised. Go and see the trains in China, and go and see the train of New York. Don't go by what people say. Go check it out. Same what we do about Islam. We are born in the Middle East. Don't listen to somebody. He want to tell you about Islam, but he never been there. He never lived between them. He never born there. Yeah, still Singapore is not a comfortable place to live. First, it's not that good for security. Any country can invade them so easy. They have an army of 40,000 men. Those can lose war in 2 minutes. It's a very small, tiny country. They don't even have enough resource for water. They are just a hub for business. So the high income does not change anything because you have a high spending. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you save. So there is some people, maybe they make millions and billions, but the majority are just people making income to live. The same in America, nothing much different. In America, there's 2, 3, 4 people, they own the country, and the rest, they are making an average salary. They can't even pay for their health insurance. Yeah. A Muslim told me to ask you, find one violent verse in the Quran with context. What about you ask the Muslim to call me, and I will not find him one. The whole Quran is a violence book. With context. Let him call me. Right? Yeah, the Western are busy with the Tucker Carlson because he is the prophet who want to tell them what is hiding. He know all the conspiracy. He is your eyes. He have intelligence. He have a CIA agent who tell him everything happening in the world, but he is not a CIA. He is against CIA, brother. I feel sorry for a nation. They take their news from a TV station. I hope you understand what I'm saying. The same guy, he was in Fox News, which is a station full of lies. Same as CNN. You know, those businessmen, they decide to divide the cake. One, he play one side of the coin, the other one, he play the other side of the coins. This way, they can have all the coin. Otherwise, CNN and Fox News is the same scumbag business. Both of them, they lie. You know, when I hear this, the Fox News saying, they were asking Obama, why you don't attack Syria so you can support the revolution, the freedom fighters. Suddenly the terrorists of Syria, they are freedom fighters. They are good people. Those are Al-Qaeda. Those are killing Christians. Those are slaughtering people by knife like a chicken. In Fox News, they are rebels against dictator. They are freedom fighters. This is what they say. And Carson, he was in Fox News all those years. They gave $500 million to the terrorists in Syria. If you remember the scumbag John McCain, he went to Syria and he took a picture with the leader of Al-Qaeda. And when they asked him, but those people, they were shouting around you, Allahu Akbar. He said, what's wrong with that? They are saying, God is great. Here we go. God is great. Do you remember? Look who is behind him. Those are the one who slaughter Christians and burn churches. 500. And the funny is, they say they are a country who don't like to involve and they respect the United Nations law, which is you have no right to involve in inside manner of a country. But when they want, they can go to Syria, they can go to Iraq, they can put their nose anywhere. And the funny is, the Assad is a dictator, but Saddam Hussein, he was our friend for more than 10 years against Iran. What about the royal family in Saudi Arabia? They are not dictators. The King Hussein, he is a very nice man. He killed tens of thousands of Palestinians in less than 2 weeks. Go and check the Black September. What about all their friends in the Middle East? They are dictators. Suddenly the Assad regime is the dictator and they want to get rid of him. And they are supporting freedom fighters. And those are freedom fighters, they are Islamists. And the Islamists would cut hands and head if somebody leave Islam. But they are freedom fighters. Do you see, I mean, when you come to the state, to USA, in the beginning you think of USA, that this is a country support really freedoms. But then you find that the government in this country is the most ugly, disgusting, scumbag government ever you can imagine. Nobody support Islam in the world as much as the USA government. That is the truth. Who is the one who taught Taliban how to do suicide bombing? Who is the one who delivered missiles to Taliban? It was the first time ever Taliban exists by the CIA. Who is the one who made an article about the hero? His name is Osama bin Laden in Washington Post. Osama bin Laden, the hero. Go and see how many articles written about him in America. The CIA. They are the one who feed the dog. And they grow him, hoping that he will bite only the Russian. Then the dog turn and start biting the American. The truth, my friend, hurt. And nobody liked to hear it. Right? And don't think I'm speaking against USA. I love this country. I joined the USA Army so I can defend the country. This is how much I love it. But I'm very disappointed of the system and those who they are in politics. They are a bunch of a scumbag. And every day you hear in news about how corrupt they are. FBI is corrupt. Department of Justice is not Department of Justice. It's working for the family of Biden now. You cannot trust judges. You cannot trust FBI. You cannot trust president. So who you trust in this country? It sounds like we are in the Middle East. We are right now living in the Middle East. We are not living in USA. The president and his family all are corrupt. Trump is the same. Just a few days ago, they found cocaine in the White House. Who is the one using the cocaine? Let us think about it. I think it was Michael Jackson. 20 years ago, Michael Jackson, he went to the house and he left something from his pocket there in the drawer. Right? I prefer YouTube. Yeah, we will be there and we will be here. Don't worry. I mean, we are just a changing, just a backup. Yeah, in the White House. Yeah, Hunter Biden, you know, if you don't pay your tax, they will take you to jail. If you don't report the money you make, you will stay in jail maybe for 10 years, maybe more. Hunter Biden, they have a deal with him. Okay, what is the deal? Nothing. I mean, the guy, he have a gun, a false information. He did not pay his tax. He have a bribe, and all of this, nothing. This is the Middle East. This is literally the Middle East. And I am sure that the Department of Justice and the FBI, they have something against Ivanka Trump and her husband. This is why you see that Ivanka and her husband, they don't open their mouth since they investigate them last year. They did not even appear anywhere. They have a deal with them. I believe that Ivanka Trump and her husband, they deliver information about Trump in exchange of no cases against them. This is why you notice that they are nowhere to appear next Trump, in TV, in the family, in all the occasion. Neither Ivanka, neither her husband. They sold their father. What a family. What a family. Well, next time we will try to make a testing program, testing broadcast before we go live, so we can check the audio before we go. All right, guys, I want to say thank you for being here. I hope we have a good time together. Ivanka, she died? Really? Oh, what happened? She used the wrong lipstick? It might be the lipstick she used. The one who is saying the voice is cutting, are you living in the state? Do you live in the state, or you live like in countries like in Europe or something? If you don't mind, if you can tell us to see where the voice is cutting. Is it for people who live in the state? All right. Well, I don't know. The voice should be fine. Anyway, we'll try next time to make it better. We hope so. All right, guys, we will finish for today. I hope you have a good time together. And don't forget to subscribe to our account in Patreon. And as you know here, we don't say things really people like to hear. So if you don't agree with us in politics, what I can do, I'm not going to change what I believe in. You agree or not? I am a person who don't sugarcoat things. I say it as it is. So what I say might make you upset, but I cannot change it. I always say what I believe only, and I will not change that. Only what I believe, not what people like to hear. So I want to say thank you for being here. Until we see you soon again. May the Lord bless you. And Christ is Lord. Islam is a fraud. And this is what we do. We got Muhammad busted. See ya. Thank you.